Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Let's see. Yeah, we're doing just a heads up. Let's see. Let's see. I guess yeah, we're doing some map stuff. How have y'all been? Y'all excited? Okay. Yeah, hey there. Sorry. I'm a very popular guy, and so everybody talks to talks to me. Oh, appreciate it, Eric. I wish I was as on time as you are. You know, just like I'm the one who's usually latest to stream. So welcome back, Kara. No worries. I really like y'all. Y'all are acting like your employees or something. Like, oh, I'm gonna get fired if I don't show up on time. No, no, no. I'm just glad y'all are here. Um, the so let's see. Gonna open up Studio. Yeah, I'm gonna every once in a while I might have to pause to answer messages. There's some contract work things going on in the background. We're playing a bit of Russian roulette today. Either the stream will go for 3 hours or it might end suddenly, depending on how contract work goes. Um, but I personally am hoping for a longer stream today. Okay, here we are. Um, this should be pretty cool for some of y'all. Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff since last time. The All the meshes are loading in. Uh, yeah, as fun as Godzilla fights would be in the city, the main issue with having a giant thing is that it just destroys everything. Like you remember how quickly every Godzilla fight reduces the city to rubble? Um, yeah, that's the issue. Um, okay, yeah. So we transform. I think. Okay. It's a joke. Well, guess what? IRTR Comics. You can't just joke something that would be genuinely cool if I was a better developer. That's on you, really. It's not that I should be a better developer. It's, y'all's sense of humor. But no, really, like I think that the thing is there are many people who would love to have that kind of stuff, and I would love it. I think from like a purely use case, like player experience level, and this is what got me in Superhero Life 4. there are some really fun game ideas which can be deceptively painful to pull off. So yeah, we're doing roulette or not. Well, that's the thing, we are doing roulette, and it'll be done as we go along. Things might suddenly delay, but then they might suddenly, become available. Like, it's just where we're going until possibly for 3 hours, possibly. So, but with that amount of time, I think we can get another two buildings done. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't remember, here is here's this. Honestly, you know what I really want to do? I really want to make like a wave function collapse thing, And I probably will at some point. It's just like has anyone ever seen wave function collapse? Yeah, just like type in like wave function collapse procedural generation, and let me see if I can find a good one. Yeah, the problem is I'm not smart enough yet. I hope to be at some point, but to anyone who's curious in really cool procedural generation or decoration in my case, you can basically the whole idea is that you would be able to have it reduce the number of options for nearby tiles and make some really cool patterns. And I think that's very handy. You can get something like tear down very easily. Um, CJ, you can't make the power to climb walls to be more dynamic, like controlling the climb, leaving it still and glued to the building. Um, I think that for the most part, we'll definitely get a better climbing thing. The main issue is just determining which surfaces are climbable, you know? But I definitely think it should be doable. It's just there's always a headache when you're messing with character gravity and such. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. When we get to character movement mechanics, then we will focus on that more clearly. But okay, so we have. So who wants to hear to who what? Okay, so let's just quick refresh for anyone who wasn't here last time. We made the construction building. I think that looks pretty good. Um, we made the prison, which I really like. I think, at the end of the day, it's not, because the cool thing is you have like this area under it where we can have like, a courtyard, like a prison, a little prison fighting area almost. Like just, I think that this is a much cooler area. And yeah, so yeah, I think that we can have a pretty awesome, pretty awesome one. Yep. And yeah, all right. Yeah, so this is where the entrance will be. Okay, so let's let's okay. We're just gonna make a little gap for the for it. But honestly, y'all, I am itching to do more code stuff because that is something that I very much enjoyed when we got to do the procedural generation. Um, so let's see. What's the right? Okay. Okay. Now the prison looks like a small Inquisitorius, look from Star Wars. Love it. I mean, I think you can't go wrong when in terms of making evil buildings. You know, it's like the more evil a building looks, just the more fun things are. I think it's definitely a little bit above and beyond. I think this one's probably of all the buildings, this one goes the farthest in breaking sort of the realism. But I think we could argue that, you know, especially if we tone down the glow from like to like, you know, sort of like a neon, you know, kind of from a neon to like, you know, more of a you know, glass thing. But even then, like, I don't know. I think the the you can never make a building look too fancy in a video game. Like realism is a crippling constraint. And unless you're making like a simulator where realism's the point, why not go a bit extra with it, you know? Like I think that for the most part, while I do like The Dark Knight um, as a movie, I think that the whole Christopher Nolan era of like making superheroes realistic, and to an extent the start of the Snyderverse, I think that that was kind of a lame. You know, I think that at the time it was cool, I guess, because we only had like the you know 90s Batman where he was kind of ridiculous, and so I can understand why it exists. Um, but that doesn't mean I think it was fun. I think that for the most part, the point of these movies is to entertain. Okay, so how about let's okay, so this is road. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying The Dark Knight isn't entertaining. I just think that everything that's good about The Dark Knight could have been better if they'd been willing to, you know, if they hadn't tried making Batman hyper realistic. Um, but yeah, I appreciate it back, dude. When the exteriors of the buildings are finished, be the next thing you'll be working on? Either suit customization or superpowers. I think suit customization, just because that's like a more natural direction. Um, Yeah, I think so. The and I think that's what will get people really excited. Um, okay, all right. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. Let's see. No, no worries, Duh. Thank you for stopping by. Can you make a hero base? You can make a hero base in Superhero Life 2? Yeah. Superhero Life 3 and 1, not really. I really should have kept it in Superhero Life 2. That game's scope had already gotten too big. Like, believe it or not, Superhero Life 3 had a longer development time than 2. It just, higher budget as well. I think it budget of like, it's like $2,000 or something like that. It was a pricier game. I don't think it necessarily paid off, but, you know, met some good people at least. Mm, okay, so I think with that done, what building are we working on next? Any ideas? Okay, so we have the apartments, the bank, town hall, and the hospital. Okay, well, we did prison, so the prison is more or less done. At least, it's in the point of me just perpetually tinkering with it for eternity now, as is the fate um, of all. Okay. Let's see. Town hall, town hall. Okay, looks like town hall. Okay, let me just tinker with the genuinely what could possibly be perfect. Yeah. No. That kind of works. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this because it needs to have a color, obviously. It's just finding one that actually looks all right. Okay. When you change the color of the sword in Superhero 2, it doesn't stay, it doesn't change, it stays gray. Ah, yeah, that sounds like a bug. Um, yeah. The yeah, we will be avoiding a lot of those bugs, hopefully. Um, okay, so town hall time. Let's get some. Let's open up Miro and get some good town halls. You know, can you place the dummy in the prison? Sure. Where did that dummy go? Okay. What was the drop in? Is that because of Miro? Oh, wow. All right. So here they are outside of it. You know, walking in. Thank you, Eric. Nothing brings a smile to my face more than people being excited about the game. But yeah, no, I think we're gonna have like this will be a place where you can have like prison fights, you know? Like something cool has got to go here. Like, this is essentially because my thinking is in a world of superheroes, this prison would not work, you know? Because people would just fly out pretty easily. And so I'm thinking since this is a prequel to Superhero Life 3, where they have those little handcuffs to take away your powers, um, maybe we could have sort of like a force field here, you know, where like sort of like a glowing red force field that like keeps people in, and you know, makes this kind of a fighting area. And then of course we'll still have cells inside this building. Like it'll still have like that's cool. You can kind of see inside it. Like it'll still have the different like cells and things. You can kind of even imagine how they'd be laid out. Um, but yeah, NYC Town Hall. Let's see that. NYC Town Hall. Okay. Okay. So, well, there's a theater called Town Hall, so that's going to be Mayor's office, maybe? NYC Capitol. Okay, y'all are not prepared for what the NYC, the New York State Capitol building looks like. It's just a castle. I'm guessing you mean the one in New York. Does any idea what its name is? It's called City Hall. Gotcha. No worries. No, that's on me. No, City Hall. Because I put Town Hall on the original building when it really should be a City Hall, if I remember correctly. Um, okay. Okay, this looks a little bit more like Georgian kind of. This fits. Is this the original one? Like the one like pre-revolution? It looks like very much. It looks like a very old building. Okay, 1803. The oldest city hall in the United States that still functions for government. Okay. I think I should get points for guessing. Also, you know, guessing a building is hundreds of years old is not exactly a skill, but you know, hey. Oh, the interior is kind of pretty. I like the interior of this better than the exterior. The interior kind of reminds me of the Capitol building in DC, with that big atrium. Um, let's see. Let's see. There's also what's it called? Philadelphia City Hall. I always thought that was nice and ominous. You see, I'm not saying that like this should be how they designed Gotham City Hall, but can you think of a more like Batman crouching on the edge of a building type building. You know, it's very nice and evil. Um, let's see. Uh, okay, this one's going to be a bit dumb, but I like it. Uh, Lafayette, Indiana City Hall. This was the city hall for the town I went to college in. And I don't know, y'all. Look, I'm not saying that like it's the best city hall, but I am saying it seems like the quintessential one, you know? Like I feel like this one gets it right. It's maybe a little bit too decorative, but it has like the big stair steps. Yeah, I'm gonna pop out the chat so I can actually read it. Digging the top of it. Like I think that it's got sort of like the court front with the big stairs. Um, it. I feel like this one just looks very old and like specific date, and I think this one is just too big. It's hard to imagine scaling it down. But this one, you know, also I saw it for years, so I am probably biased. Now I'm just going to look up City Hall and see what shows up. San Francisco City Hall is actually kind of nice. Okay, I feel like this one, this looks like a museum. Like this looks too fancy almost. And which, in fairness, you have to contrast it against the Los Angeles City Hall, which looks like a modern nightmare. This looks like a hotel resort, not a city hall. Uh, California, state of extremes. Okay, let me pop up the chat here. Manhattan Federal Hall. Okay, let me check out that one. You should make a Transformers game. No, I don't have the rights to that. And Transformers is a very specific thing. But I did make a few Transformers games when I was younger on an older account, but I don't think they function anymore. Okay, I like Federal Hall. Just for everyone's context, I like Federal Hall. I think it does a good job with the whole court aspect, but I think it is very much like a court thing, not a city hall. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I think town hall looking like the White House is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it gets like the scaling of it right. Yeah, I guess should it look like front White House or back White House? Because they're very different vibes. Yeah, like one of them's round, the other one's pointy. Uh, let's see. Yeah, but front right White House has so many triangles. It takes longer. That's fine. I'm not even convinced I want White House yet necessarily. I do like the general direction. I think in terms of like the general boxy background, like we'll steal this sort of square shape with like the little trapezoid roof. Um, but I don't know. I want one of those spires. I've seen too many spires today to go home without one. City Hall. Okay, so let's just see if there's any others. Okay, guys, tell me what you think of this one. This is the Dublin. This is Dublin City Hall. Spire with a bell. I think a bell tower would be quite nice. That'd be pretty cool. We should have a bell tower. That's a good idea. Maybe that'll be how we bridge the gap between Chad Muller should be. Nah, man. Chad Muller is authentic. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Politicians, they're the opposite. You have no idea what they're actually feeling or thinking. Um, let's see. Okay, so this is Brisbane. Okay. If you're going to upgrade the customization for the alley so we can put hoods on them, yes, we are definitely going to upgrade the customization. As to what that'll specifically look like, a bit harder to say, but we are going to upgrade the customization for sure. Um, let's see. But yeah, the goal will be to just remove all of the unnecessary restrictions. Not necessarily add new features, but make it so that like there aren't so many things blocking you from actually making a what you need. Um, okay, I think we've gone through about every major. I'm going to try Town Hall just to get something a little bit more humble. Because I think these all just look a little bit too. Yeah, this is Paisley Town Hall at paisley.is. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a state, a country. Now I'm curious. Paisley Town Hall is Scotland. Okay. Huh. I am ancestrally Scottish, so I think I've lost every claim to my heritage. Yeah, you think you're from Scotland? Name every town. No. Honestly, at what point are you no longer from the country? Like when you leave, when you left it like pre, you know, like 1870s, is it really like I think I came over in the 1870s, my family did. So though when it's that far back, it's also you have like 10 families. So it's funny. Funny stuff. Um, okay. I think I've looked at enough concept art. Well, that's not true. St. Kilda Town Hall. Problem is, all these town halls are beautiful, except for uh, Los Angeles. What the heck? Once again, I have been in Brazil. I've been having a lot of meat on a stick. It's called espetinho. It's delicious. Okay. I miss fall. I love fall so much. It's my favorite season, and they do not have it here. Sad. And also, I was in Tennessee last fall. They don't really have it there, Just saying. I was unimpressed. All the leaves just turned yellow, very little red, yellow and then brown. Here you got some reds and oranges. Yeah. The okay. So I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I'm gonna trust y'all are being nice to each other. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I need to decide. All right. Let's just start by accepting. Okay. It's probably going to be this one, isn't it? we'll just go with this shape. I don't think the bell tower should be as high as it is here, but I think that this general shape with like, and then we'll replace this front with something a bit more like this or this. I think this front. Let's make this building. Okay, so okay, so we're gonna crop these. Gonna make the ultimate building. Okay, square, and then all right. So now we're gonna crop this one, bring to front. Can I really not zoom? Okay, yeah, that's better. Um, actually, I'm gonna bring this one to front. Bring to front. This is some serial killer stuff. It's like making like a newspaper clippings to like write a note. Yeah. Uh, do you think there was ever any serial killers who were dumb enough to lick the stamps that they like sent their evil letters on? I bet there were. For the most part, I always got the vibe that like serial killers are kind of dumb, and that the reason um, they kept getting away with it is because a lot of, you know, law enforcement, is not necessarily primed for murder cases. Um, yeah. Or like bike thefts. Did I ever tell you the time that I almost got shot to death by a cop, a team of cops, because I was riding my own bike? Yeah, apparently someone else got their bike stolen, and I made a suspicious turn. And then next thing you knew, like five squad cars pulled out of nowhere, handcuffed on the ground, guns out at me. Um, you know, and then they were like, "What type of bike is this?" And I told them the bike model. After almost, disobeying an order because they told me to get off the bike, and I'd never gotten off a bike with my hands up. And so I was like, forward or backwards, and they're like forward. I'm like, okay, and uh, then they, then when I told them the bike, they were like, oh, this doesn't match the model of the bike that was stolen. And they're like, whoops, our bad. Yeah, oh well, I got lucky. I don't I don't care much for police officers. I think a lot of them are kind of mean and little bit acting before they think kind of vibes from a lot of them. Yeah, no, this would never happen if Red Rage was on the case. Yeah, yeah, I don't I think Red Rage, if he was a cop, that would be not good. Let's see, what would Red Rage's career be? I think anger management. I think that I'm sticking with that. He's an anger management therapist because, kind of like how like Hulk is really good at yoga, It's like that vibe. Okay. I think I'm gonna swap out this with send to back. Okay, that looks all right. You know? I feel like I keep messing up with like the scale of the bell tower, you know? Like I want to make it big, but I also don't. Like if I make it too tall, it just looks like a Mormon temple. Like, you know, it's like y'all ever seen those? They have like these giant spires just coming out of the top. At least at least the one near my house growing up. Okay, just made the best hot dogs in existence. Congrats, Chill, or should I say, Chili Dog? Let's see. This would never. Let's see. Yeah, Red Rage is interesting because he represents both, you know, anger, like uncontrolled anger, but also the kind of control that it takes to exist with that. Yeah, that is true. He does have super strength. I keep forgetting to turn on the lights. This is what happens with the stream being earlier, because when the stream starts, the lights are that it's still bright enough outside that you don't need lights. But then, you know, then that changes. Okay, so let's. Okay, so let's do that. Am I destined to just hate this thing forever? What's the stupid key binding for like all of it? Like I want to. Is it control? Okay, there we go. Control Alt Shift. I swear they changed that. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna. I don't know. You plan on having a moving news board on the tower? Uh, I plan on it in the sense that it would go here. Um, that will probably be one of the final things that is added, just because it's such like a time heavy feature, you know? Like that'd take like 2 hours just to do on its own. That's a full stream by itself. So yes, that might get cut for time, just because it just takes a lot of effort. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. What else? What else? Um, okay, so let's get this over with. So first we will paint the terrain. No, let's save that until we've actually laid out the shape of it. What's a good starting thing? Uh, Good starting material. Not exactly, but you know, we're going to okay, so now view test model materials. Okay. Brick. What's a good one for the brick regular rectangle? Painted brick. I do like the painted brick material. Y'all see it? It's like it's got like that nice little extra bit of texture to it. Okay, we're just gonna go with that for now. So let's start with just getting that basic shape. Trying to think, what's like the least stupid way to do this? Because if we make it like, because arguably you might want to have it face towards the hall. Okay, so maybe we'll have the court side face here, the public like presentation side face this direction. Um, okay, let me just verify that everything I've done is like in a relatively defensible scale. Okay, so just making the most basic building. Yeah, no. I think yeah, my name has two natural foods that you can attach to it, oyster and Oreo. And unfortunately, Oreo is copyrighted. So if I want to have a branded restaurant, I probably would have to go with oyster. Hmm. Yeah, the is Red Rage's identity secret? I mean, it's secret to people in the world. I think most of the people who've played the game know it. Yeah, I believe it is secret, though, you know, eventually I think most secret identities become public knowledge with enough time, you know? Kind of like the Peter Parker on the train effect, where like his mask falls off in every single battle, and eventually enough people see it where it's like, yeah, it's that guy, you know? Except for anyone who knows him in real life. It's just everyone else just kind of knows who he is. Not enough to really change the narrative, but at the same time, no one people stop being surprised when they learn it. Okay, so let's begin. so I think this is okay. So roof. Let's get the material, metal. Okay, so material, metal. That's kind of nice. It's a bit much. I don't like the shade of green. Metal. This one though. Okay, this one might work. Maybe darken it a little bit, but for the most part, I think this could work out pretty well. Yep, this is City Hall. Okay, so concrete. Okay, and then we're just gonna lower this to 1. Okay. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more. Yeah, we're working on the City Hall. Thank you, Bat Dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna be adding a bell tower. I guess might as well get to work on that now. Got to find a good place for it. Question is, do we put it in the center or like towards the top? Hmm, I don't know. Okay. We're gonna hold off on that until we have the front figured out. So let's start by making this a little bit more gray. In fact, let's name that lower brick, upper brick. Okay. Make it a little bit less shiny. Mm, brick. Okay, so then, mm, what else? What else? Let's make the concrete. So concrete. Let's make that a little bit less dark. Okay. Um, okay. Things are going okay. Things are going okay. Hmm. I think there's a pretty big age distribution in my audience because the game itself is for younger people for the most part. I think that the average age is like 12 to 15, but then it's been around for 7 years. And so I think there's a lot of people who have since, aged since the game released. And kind of as a result, it's kind of led to the community getting a higher age distribution. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's doing pretty well. Check out and I have like a basic procedural generation thing set up for the dock. Check this out. And so now, yeah, so basically I should be able to create like little storefront areas on the fly, which will be handy. Yeah, and so that's the city so far. Um, City Hall should have a similar design in terms of masonry. Yeah, we should definitely add more details to it, I'd say. Um, it's just kind of deciding what those are. And I think maybe we should start by, just we gotta get the basic shape of it right, the basic dimensions. Because I mean, for what it's worth, I think the original building it's a bit long for the most part. I think it could be a bit shorter, but from a front perspective, it does a pretty good job with the space, I feel. Um, like just like the blending of materials as well. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure to do that. Okay, so let's start by rock. Okay. It's doing its best to load them all. Okay. So I think this actually works as like a plaster. So let's actually just apply that with like upper. So plaster wall. Um, and then let's do something like marble at the top. Like, something nicer. Okay. Marble, marble wall. Guys, oh, okay. This isn't a real fight. That's good. How big is the city hall compared to the old one? It's definitely bigger. I think it might be. It's about maybe a third bigger. Hard to really say. Um, but yeah, the oh no, I don't even recognize the chat anymore. Um, okay, so let's now that we have different colors, we can mess around a bit with how they play off each other. Okay, so we should have the marble be bright white. Let's see, what's the right material to use for actually the stairwell itself? I guess, did it kind of sink in? Okay, so the bottom one just did pillars. Okay, so let's focus on the pillars. Um, uh, all right, so 8, uh, 12, 12. Okay, so that, I think this could work. Now let's have a actual pillar base. Let's actually do that for, okay, so let's convert this into a cylinder. You just know that this cost the taxpayers a ton of money, you know? Okay, so let's start by creating a base and then going up from there to a base again. You seem a bit thick. Okay, so we'll just, I'm gonna focus on getting this one lined up. And see what should be kind of a metal, like a brushed. Okay, I'm just going to look up some material. Gold. Is that going to get me anything? Nah, okay. Brushed. Smooth. All right. Ooh. Okay. That looks better. Maybe it should be a silver, shouldn't it? If y'all cook racks, I'm turning this car around. Okay. Why doesn't it look that shiny? Like it doesn't look right, you know? Okay, so I think that works all right. Metal ring. Okay, so name pillar 4. Well, let's go to 2. Okay, where's the rig? We're going to want to use that for scale. Okay, so we want to fit like 2 people between each one of these, you know? I think that's kind of a nice, I think that's kind of the standard. Problem is that looks a bit weird. Okay, that looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so let's make the little roof thing. Plugins, view, convert, wedge part, go. Uh, so that isn't, gotcha. Okay, so now we can put that to the middle. marble wedge. Okay, so looks like there's a little bit more space on the edges here, so I'm going to increase this part so that it looks proportional. And honestly, let's bring this in a bit, I think. It's for the best. Um, okay, so we've got that kind of lined up. Should make the base green of the roof as well. Maybe. I don't know. We'll tune around with the colors a little bit. I think using these expensive metals is why we can't afford it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. The colors right now do feel a bit off, but I think like with most of the builds, we just have like that'll be the thing I mess with at the end. You know? Okay. So let's. All right. So let's actually use gap fill for this, or resize a line. Outer touch. Bam. All right. Beautiful. And then extend that. Okay. I'm just going to make this a little bit thicker. Resize a line. Outer touch. Just gonna reposition it just a little bit to make it not Z fight. All right, perfect. Uh, hey, thank you for stopping by, Hero. Good having you as always. Um, should let's see, Mr. Nice Guy, how many rooms could the news building and Syndicorp have? I'm not sure. They're pretty big, so you could fit a lot in there. It's just the question is what's worth fitting. I think the news building will have to serve. There will be generic office space, and there will be the newsroom itself. And for Syndicorp, we're going to have the laboratory area with that reactor. Um, but so I'm not opposed to adding more stuff over time, but we should stick to we shouldn't overscope this early on. Oh, the base of the building itself. Um, I maybe I don't know. I think that the base could benefit from being a different color, but I'm not sure if I want to make it green because there's not too many buildings with a metal base. I think one thing the original one did pretty well is having that sort of brick base. Though in its case, it was sort of a pinkish color. So maybe that's what maybe we'll go like sort of an orangish or something, or like a more tan. Um, you know, that works all right. But yeah, so we're just gonna mess with that for a bit. Okay. I figured out why this looks weird. It's because there isn't a block under it. Like it shouldn't just be just the wedge, you know? It should be there should be some space under it. Front roof. Okay, that looks okay. All right. So we've got that looking all right. I think it's going pretty good. I I wish there was a way to make the metal roof a little bit more um wish there was a way to make it a little bit more like washed out. And I think maybe okay, yeah, kind of like a reddish color. Because if you have something that's tinted green, you want it, if and you want it to be like not that color, you gotta add some of the opposite, though it does make it inevitably darker. I think that might work here. Okay, that looks all right for now. Um, how long do you think it would take a long time to do the inside buildings? Yes. Yes. No, the building interiors, that's like for each every single one of these buildings on average, I'd say the buildings take around, with the exception of the pier and docks, since those are more like zones rather than individual buildings. Each of these buildings took around 2-ish hours, 2 to 3 hours. And as a result, like I'd guess that probably actually decorating them, depending on how much interior they have, could take almost 2 to 3 times as much. And that's why we're doing that last, because that'll be such a huge time commitment that we'll want to not commit it too early. Okay. All right, so that looks all right, I think. Thank you, Niku. Yeah, thank you, Grizz. That's actually something that I did for Superhero Life 2 originally. What you might not realize is, well, it's kind of okay. So, ever notice how Superhero Life 2 seems to be made in Minecraft a lot? That's because it has kind of a more of a voxel feel compared to other Roblox games, and there's a specific reason for that. I originally made it at 1/10th scale. Every major detail on a building is rounded to a full like 2 units, like a torso's width of a character because it was originally built at 0.2, which was the minimum size a pixel could be, a pixel part could be at the time. And so yeah, the entire thing was built at a miniature scale and then scaled up and details added. And I think that worked out pretty well. I'm hoping to do something similar with that by having just a rough draft approach first, and then sort of going in with the polish afterwards. Um, let's see. Uh, Front roof. So we'll just call this the front. Let's. So how did I do this originally? Just kind of had this sort of go out. Okay. Hmm. Um, Thank you, Brian. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, no, the buildings insides are actually on the inside. That's something which I think all games should do personally, because I think a key part of being on inside a building is you want to be able to look out the window. To me, that's a very key part, and I hate it when games just kind of block out the windows. No, windows exist for the sole reason of looking out of them. You can't have a compelling interior environment if you just pretend the windows aren't there. You know? I don't know. It's annoying. I wish other games didn't do it. I understand sometimes you have to do it for performance reasons, but even then, just I feel like most of the issues could be done with a little bit of creativity. Um, okay, so I am going to. Okay, so how about, okay, hear me out, y'all. What if we just left the inside actually open? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Would that work, you think? Having the inside just be kind of an open thing? I think that'd be pretty cool. Kind of, we'd have to polish it up a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, just like I imagine we could put like a statue here or something, you know? I think that'd look pretty good. What's that one free model like statue? There's this one really cool like angel statue. Or is it like it was like Statue of Liberty thing? It's like there's like a very specific. I refuse to believe there are no mesh results for statue. Come on, where is it? No, try again. You're telling me there's not a single mesh named statue. Okay, sure. Okay, model. No results. Is this broken? Why is there not a single model for statue? Okay, let's just try anything. Car. I hate Roblox. I hate it so much. I hate it. I really do. Ugh, okay. Let me just refresh my like Roblox account to make sure I haven't been like banned or something. No, I have I still exist. It's just being mean to me. No models for me. No models for CJ. This is frustrating. Restart. I don't want to restart my computer in the middle of stream. I'm sure you're right. Restarting it would work. It's just like I'm just frustrated that this is what's required, you know? Because like obviously it's going out with the requests. Okay. Oh, cloud's the future. You're never going to need store anything on your device because the cloud is just going to handle it. Okay. Sorry. I'm just gonna, yeah, okay. Models are broken. Thanks, Roblox. Great job. A plus. Let's see if I have one lying around. I'm sure I have one somewhere. You know? Okay, yeah, here's one. Okay. to our incompetent cloud service provider. It's not incompetence, it's more of a scale thing, probably. Like that's the thing. It's very funny how as as your as your platform grows, you end up with increasingly stupid bugs just from the pure scale of things. Like for all we know, just like Adopt Me just made an update or something, and now like now all the models are gone. Oh well. Okay, so I think let's make this. This is where we're going to put the gold. We're going to put the gold here. Though this is just a statue pedestal. I don't like this stone texture. Okay, let's use our stone. Okay, so you know, obviously this brick texture doesn't work for the details, but it kind of works for the general vibe, you know? Whatever. Okay. Now we have to do something here. Though honestly, considering the fact that I had to use this statue because Roblox, you know, messed up, I'm not going to use it. Yeah, no Roblox logo today. Um, haha, biting the hand that feeds me. It's my favorite pastime. The games account. Well, the thing is, uh, yeah, Hazam, is that a thing now? I know Roblox is more protective of their logo these days. Like you can't name a game like Blocks something, but for the most part, I don't think they have a problem with you putting the logo in the game somewhere. It's just you can't like use it for like your own brand, to my understanding. Like they're enforcing their own copyright. I don't know. If like at the end of the day, I'm not using it because, you know, screw them for not letting me Google things, not Google, search for the model I needed. Uh, Trying to think of something that would look good on a statue. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so I'd have to like read the terms of service or something to be sure. But for the most part, you don't want to overly rely on um, Roblox's. You don't want to rely on any intellectual property that's not yours. That's how you get Pokemon Brick Bronze. Um, which, you know, I'm always torn on those because on the one hand, like I think on the one hand, I think that the developers usually worked very hard on the games, and I don't really like the whole idea of intellectual property law protecting big corporations. I don't like that. But at the same time, y'all knew the rules, you know? Like I don't know why you set yourself up for failure like that. But hey, I've made games with intellectual property in it before. I can't like judge too much. It's just like I don't know how someone could feel comfortable with knowing that at any moment a single like you know cease and desist could end the entire thing. But yeah, I once again though I think IP law should just be reformed to begin with. Like once you've earned a couple $1 billion, you win. Now your stuff is public domain. Yin yang emoji, too a little bit too cultural appropriating for me. I do like incorporating ninja stuff, but that's about as far as I'm willing to go into that, like taking from a different culture. I don't I just I'm like I don't know. What's more offensive? Taking just the surface level thing without really like without even really trying to claim it's like the authentic original thing. It's like, is a Taco Bell offensive? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like in some ways, like someone who pretends that they are like, I feel like there's a bit of a lack of authenticity when you pretend like you're an expert on these areas. Like I don't know much about the yin and yang symbol, so putting it in there, I don't know, would feel a bit wrong. I guess to put it as a map, I'm open to it as a customization thing because I'll just assume whoever makes an outfit with it is, saying like, okay, yeah. But even then, like, do I want to add a cross? Like, is that something that would be okay? It's just weird. It's weird. I don't know. The more I can avoid the conversation, probably the happier I will be. Um, just so long as I can still use katanas, I think everyone's happy. So I think it's a lot more acceptable to take from a culture than it is like a religion. Like if it's just like the aesthetic of like who can who cares if you take like a medieval French knight, like even if you aren't French, who cares. But if you're taking like using a cross, then it's like everyone's kind of uncomfortable. you know I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking from a place of ignorance. Hard to say. Let's see. No, wait, what? I mean, I don't think people accept random friend requests anymore. But I mean, go for it. Um, yeah, making friends is cool. Yeah, what am I doing? I've been stun locked by this stupid model thing so long. Come on. This is so stupid. This is actually like ruining my day. I'm very annoyed right now. Uh, trending. And everything's just falling apart. Um, let's see. I'm gonna check. Is Roblox like, does Roblox have like a status thing? Roblox status, all systems operational, of course. Um, yeah, because I think that it's the nature of culture to just sort of flow across borders. But religion, I think, even when it becomes international, it's still a personal thing. Whereas I don't think anyone, like, you can say that you are like in control of your own faith, but nobody can claim they're in control of their own culture. You know, like it reminds me of that one post um, of like, there was some person who was kind of gatekeeping Chinese New Year. Like basically they say you can't celebrate it unless you're invited by someone with Chinese heritage. And then some person with Chinese heritage immediately below said, I hereby invite everybody to celebrate Chinese New Year. And it's like no people are a monolith. So I feel like culture for that reason is just very much such a complicated area. Okay, I'm gonna try rebooting Studio. When will the stream end? So I'm thinking it'll probably end around 7 p.m. EST. Um, my partner is yeah, she has a few things she needs to do tonight, so I might as well, use my time as well. Yeah, yeah, but she should be available again at an hour and 20-ish from now. Okay, come on, come on. Show me statue. Phew. I should have just gone to Godot. Why did I do this to myself? Oh well. Um, you haven't missed too much. I'm just trying to figure out what to put on this statue that's in the place because the free model browser is not working, and so I have to use only the meshes that I currently have. Actually, wait. Let me get creative with this. I can just Google on Roblox. Um, blocks, and maybe I can actually just download a model directly. So development items, uh, store models, statue. Unexpected error occurred. Please try again later. Is this a site-wide thing? Is it just me? What the heck? All right, Roblox statue mesh. I'm just going to asset statue mesh. Page cannot be found or no longer exists. Creator store. Page cannot be found or no longer exists. This is the worst platform. My goodness. All right, just please let me find a statue. Okay. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Never better. People when they look at me, they're like, you know that guy? That's CJR. He's fine. Okay, let's see. Let's just zoom through the the meshes again. See if we can find anything that looks vaguely cool enough. I don't like that it's holding a Roblox logo, and I'm mad at Roblox right now. It's not a rational anger. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I have an idea. I have an idea. I am going to open the superhero life. Um, I'm going to open up the superhero life legacy. All right, so open from file, superhero life. So the superhero life Force City. Let's see if this works. Okay, is it really not going to show? I really hate scene switching. This is a frustrating dev stream. Eh, now I have a ringing in my ear. Assets, mesh, servers appearance boxes, face, oh, all right, texture, textures, and shared comments. Okay, yeah, I got no idea. Okay, I thought that okay. Okay, we're just gonna go with this one until and remind me to replace it with something that's good. Once Roblox you know, uh, decides to behave. Okay, let's okay, we're just gonna choose anything. Okay, how about a dumpster or a fire hydrant? Dumpster would be kind of funny, but I'm worried I might get banned with this much Roblox slander. Um, a globe or something would be nice, but that would require being able to get any mesh. Uh, but Roblox bricked the entire creator store, so can't do that as much as I would love to. Um, yeah, we have to make sure to copy this over. When you get art this good, you don't just leave it behind. In fact, let's make it a mural. We should make it even bigger, you know? Dang it. Dang it. Why is it doing that? No. This is art. This was art created by a community member, Sarah Nelson, who is still a member to this day. No, we're keeping this. I'm gonna upgrade the frame a little bit though, and make it look a little bit more, you know, fit in. You know, it's just like a community mural or something. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Like, I want it to be big, but I also want to have room for the door below. Um, let's see. Um, what else? Still haven't found anything to put in this area. Okay, let's go to parts plus. Parts plus. Let's see. Surely they gotta have something. There's got some stairs, some arrows. Really hoping that there would be something here that was just a clear winner, but I don't know. I can't believe they bricked the entire creator store. That's impressive. Welcome back. I don't remember exactly when you left, but we're just kind of making the interior right now. Oops. Okay, it's looking all right. Will auction be added? No, you'll have to hold your breath. Sorry. Everybody's luring me. Yeah, no, the reactor core. You just it's too cool of a lore place. You know, like you can't not have your story start in there. You know. I'm gonna have to actually go through and manually. Uh, Bell tower. Okay, so let's. So let's actually move this over so it's centered. Okay. So now, um, position gas. There we go. And then position. All right, so we've got everything more or less centered. Be nice if I could look for a bell mesh. Sorry. Maybe I'm the real Red Rage. Please. It's back! Okay, yay. I'm sorry, Roblox. I never doubted you. Okay, yay! Okay. It's working again. All is good. We can get a cool statue. What was it? There was like an angel statue. There was a cool one. Or like there was just it was like a woman in like a dress or something. Okay, horse statue also works. So we'll keep that one. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so let's just scale this down. Let's ignore the cognitive dissonance of this being a real person in a world of Roblox characters. You know, we just won't think about it. It looks too good, and so that's how it's going to be. We'll replace it with something final later, but just for now, you know. So now, okay, we'll replace. Let's make it bronze or copper. I want to get one that's like that sort of coppery, you know? Okay, that okay, that works. Ah, I knew it. I should have guessed the gaming zone. Yeah, no, yeah, no. It is now canon. Humans, as we know them, are now canonical to superhero life. Okay, so let's add a floor now, which I am going to have a lot of fun with because okay, so floor. All right, so it'll be like a tile. I want a fancy tile. Maybe something fancier. We got it. Okay. Uh, no, maybe. Maybe. We're getting more into cobblestone now. There we go. Bingo. Perfect. Okay. I don't know. I think they're hungry. Tile floor. Um, whoops. Okay. Let me close this one. Okay, so now we're going to find a bell, mesh, bell. Okay. Okay, so then bell. Okay, this is kind of cool. Does a bell tower have to be a clock tower? Or because I feel like it looks better without anything on it. Let's just make sure it's big enough to fit somebody. Yep, it appears so. I'll make it a little bit bigger even. You know, let's go all the way with it. Do you think I should make it so that when people punch the bell, it makes like a sound? Should people be able to ring it by punching it, or would that get too annoying? You know? Because on the one hand, I feel like people would want to punch it, but on the other hand, I could also imagine it being annoying very quickly. Maybe it should make like a basic dong sound that's like kind of close, but not to the level where everyone in the map can hear it. You know? Okay. Yeah. Um, okay. So, all right. I think I think we're going pretty well. Um, so let's just do the stairs. And for that, the most important part is obviously the stair step material. Oh, I feel like we're almost at a point where we have enough materials lying around that we should just reuse them. What are some good stone here? It shouldn't just be the sidewalk, right? That's too boring. Let's just look at tiles again. Because this one's got to be one that actually has like a little bit of weathering on it. Not necessarily like a massive amount, but like we have to make it. It has to look like the elements have. It has to be out of something more resilient than just like shiny tile. Maybe this is it. All right. I want to make it a little bit more dark gray. Hmm. How many more streams of this? Sundial? Okay, so yeah, we originally thought about making the sundial here, but then we realized that sundials kind of only work like during very specific times, and it just didn't really, because we can't really control the lighting direction that well. It just seemed, like it wouldn't actually look as good in implementation. But it was a cool idea. It's a cool idea. Okay. 0.5. Where's the actual person? Hey there. Does it make, okay, tell me what y'all think. Should we should we stagger it a bit? Like, like maybe like do that. Does that look better? Hmm, let's see. How many more streams of this? I mean, until it's done. I think, unfortunately, there's not really an answer beyond that. It's just we'll work on it until it's done. Yeah, if I could predict when things would be done, I'm certain that Superhero Life 4 would be out by now. But it is not a skill I possess. Let's move this up. Let's see. Stair tile. Stairs. What is this? All right. And then, all right, I'm pretty happy with that. All right. See you, Eric. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I think that like they are even on every alternating. Oh no, they're not. I goofed. Oh, okay. This is rough. Right after I just finished placing all of them too. Just when I thought I was done. Devastating. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, y'all. All right. So that looks good. Where door? So there's going to be some doors in here eventually, but for now, it's just kind of an open chamber. But yeah, so let's paint the terrain, and then actually let's first group everything together. Okay. Um, what's it called? I guess City Hall. And then we can put this in here. And I think, yeah, stuff's looking pretty good. So let's paint the terrain now. New terrain editor, edit, paint. Go a little bit bigger. Let's not go too big. Okay, so the source material is ground, and we will be replacing it with okay. I really don't like the Roblox terrain tools. Look at that. It's like it's not sticking the first time. I gotta like spam click it. Okay, so okay. I think it's ever so slightly off center. I don't think that really impacts too much though, other than Okay, so now we got to do the inverse because life is suffering. Oh, so close. Come on. There it is. Okay. Yay. So now let's replace the ground with leafy grass. Yeah. Well, wait, we can make this look better. You want to go right up to the edge because then you can kind of see the points where like the grass doesn't fully because if you look at the where the grass meets any building in real life, you'll notice that it doesn't actually go under it for the most part. And so, having that be the case here, I think adds a little bit of realism. So, this is also true for sidewalks for the most part. So, realism isn't the highest priority. Okay. How many? Yeah. So how many? I think I already answered that. I'm mostly just, trying to get this going. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. So then let's see. Where's the rest of the vegetation at? I had like a vegetation set. Here it is. What's a good bush to put alongside a an entry area? This one? Maybe this one? Okay, so now let's scale this down to half the size. Let's also dictate that it is vegetation. Okay, let's scoot all of these in. Okay, so now we're just going to do a random rotate. Okay. So then, okay, so we're going to have bush row. Okay. Vegetation, map, city hall. All right. All right, everybody. That looks pretty good. City hall is complete. Let's see. Let's see. Woo. All right. Yeah. So would it be possible to add a cemetery or a crypt? I'm down with a cemetery somewhere. I think that might make sense to put on one of these side areas, you know? I think that because we have a lot of open new space to put up some small things, and that'll probably go around here somewhere. But yeah, so that's pretty good. Um, Makes me kind of wish I hadn't made this one so futuristic. Let me mess around with this again. And now it looks a little bit more like just brutalist kind of. And so it just has this. It I want maybe I should change the material because it's just kind of odd no matter what color I put it. Might be a material issue. Huh, yeah, PlayStation users can be quite colorful. I'm gonna do something silly because realistically, people would not want to see the super prison, you know? Like if there was a super prison right there, they would want to hide it. So I'm going to see if we can use like some vegetation to are there any like tall bushes, you know? And any here? It's just something to like block it from like the view of the not prison people. Okay, let's see. Let's all right. So this one is a tree with vegetation. Okay, okay. So we're going to okay, I'm gonna actually scale this one down to 0.65, and then let's just go crazy. Okay, so let's do that, and then some vegetation. Let's put the flowers here. Where'd the flower bush go? Okay, yeah, that's funny. Peak social commentary. Okay, the thank you, a person. Much appreciated. I want to make up for all that lost time, you know? Okay, so okay, okay, so vegetation. Um, okay, so above ground. Where did all that go? So city hall, library, vegetation. Okay, So let's see. So let's get. All right. So will the prison have a name? Definitely. Where all these places will have names. As to what those names will be, that's it's a harder question. Uh, mhm. All right. I think that is looking pretty good. I do like Nightstone. I probably won't remember it, but Nightstone is a good name for a prison. Someone double check that it isn't already taken though. Kind of reminds me of Black Rock. Okay. I'm not oh no worries. I'm not too against having a helipad here, but I think if there's going to be a helipad anywhere, it'll be on top of one of the Syndicorp towers. Okay, so I think this is good. Yay! That looks pretty nice. Can I do a quick tour of the map so far? Sure thing. Yeah, so we have with us today uh, a few different items. So notably so in terms of new additions, the mall was replaced with sort of a pier. sort of a shopping, hangout, fun district. It connects to the park, which then, you know, here's the city hall, here's the construction building. Let's see, here's the metal refinery, docks with warehouse stuff. Here's the prison, and it has its own little like underground like fighting area. Like, this is where like the courtyard will be essentially, and sort of the subterranean cell. I think it's pretty cool. These are the corporate labs towers, more actively visible as a subsidiary of Syndicorp. Um, so does the government force all the superpowered people onto this island? I go back and forth on that, honestly, because on the one hand, I do. This is an island of superheroes. I don't want it, but I don't want to necessarily. It, okay, you guys ever hear the biggest critique of Zootopia? It's that it tries to be a critique of racism, but then fails because in Zootopia, there's actually a legitimate reason why a lion and a gazelle might not want to hang out. Like, racism is stupid because between, people of different races, the only difference is skin color. Between a lion and a gazelle, there's a legitimate reason for the gazelle to be afraid. And so by making it a race allegory, it actually, supports various like very extreme talking points. And and I think that in the same way, like, I don't want super powered people stuck on an island to be like a segregation allegory, because if there were people who could shoot lasers from their eyes, they probably would need to be kept in a separate space. But at the same time, we haven't had a situation like that. And so people will be making comparisons to segregation. And so, like, it lends itself too easily to a potentially racist interpretation of the. No, you cannot, the gaming zone. I don't think. I don't remember. If you're like me, you can't. No, behave. No, bad chat. I will ban y'all. All right. But yeah, like, I'm just like, I don't. I think for the most part, I do think that I want to have some degree of uh, you know philosophy behind my games. But as a straight white guy, I don't really think I should touch like themes of racism. I think I think that there are more qualified people for that. Um, I think that if I do it, it'll just come across as tone deaf and a bit white savior complexy. So, you know, the I think that for now we're mostly just gaming. Okay, y'all. I appreciate the joke. New topic. Okay, this is even innocent jokes are risky on this topic. Okay, new topic. All right, guys. Wolf, don't worry. I know he's joking. Okay, everybody. I don't want to keep talking about this. So if y'all make me keep talking about this, people will get banned. Okay. Let's see. The Yeah, no, Zootopia was, I think, well intentioned, but really the whole racism allegory just kind of got I like it's racism allegory should only ever be when people are functionally identical beyond like surface level things. Because if there's a legitimate difference between them, like it honestly, you could like from a pure like out like perspective of like of like, what the media means, you could argue that Zootopia would fit more as like a gun rights allegory or something. Like do people have the right? Do you have the right to not be near people who could immediately cause you harm? And in that sense, I'm actually open to the idea of superpowers being viewed as sort of like a gun rights kind of thing, because I think that's a more interesting discussion. I'm from the United States, where you can get a gun pretty much very easily, and that's led to many issues. Um, but there are also people who argue that it allows for self-defense and that resisting the government to an extent. I like the Black Panthers, and they were very pro-gun right. So it's like I think if you want to have a discussion about superheroes, I think a gun rights allegory works a lot better than a race allegory. And so to answer your question, which somebody asked a long time ago, no, I don't know if I want to make it so that the supers were forced on the island, but I do think it should be a place where like other places outlawed like using superpowers, and you can have them, you just can't use them, in other places, and that this is a place where you could use them, and like there's a government budget for rebuilding for undoing the damage. Yeah, gaming, Wolf. Do I need to put y'all in timeout? I want a new topic. I don't want to have this conversation with y'all. This is a conversation y'all have when you get through college. Not when you start college, when you get through it. Okay? Then you're probably well rounded enough to have it. Till then, no. Um, Thoughts on The Incredibles? Loved the first one. Second one paid me a lot of money, and I can still tell you it was okay. I really liked, I think the family part of Incredibles 2 was pretty fun, but the actual like world did not feel as compelling. Like I feel like the Incredibles world just was fun. And the villain, of course, sucked. Everyone knows that. The whole decade of just switcheroo villains is so exhausting. It's like every movie between 2010 and like I don't know 2018, 2019 had a switcheroo villain. Zootopia as well. Yeah, no, Eric. College, you go through the ringer on like how these kind of conversations work. Um, so yeah, how many times a week do you think a building blows up? So I'm thinking that they build the buildings out of stronger materials here so that they don't blow up as much. Because that's why it's the super island. They've made it out of like more resilient materials. Like every window is bulletproof kind of idea. And like things get repaired with like a government insurance thing. I think that's pretty fun. Um, let's see. Now that honestly, adding the trees in front of the sinister prison was very funny, and I'm glad we did it. um, the gaming zone. I believe you. You cannot talk about this until after college with me. All right. Uh, okay. It's kind of charming watching young people try to navigate race, but at the same time, I think we should just all agree not to have discourse until post college. Um, Especially not on a stream with someone who looks like me. I'm already walking thin ice discussing it myself on occasion. And in like completely progressive ways. Very out of context. Completely progressive ways. Just, it's risky. You never know the true extent of your own ignorance. Yes, yes. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Uh, yeah. So I think, yeah, we're in the final 10 minutes. Uh, yeah, so we have three buildings left. That's nice. I don't think these buildings are going to take as long. You know, I think that for the most part, we're going to be done with this pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, let's take a moment to actually enjoy the city at ground level. Hey there, Niku. So no, I don't think that you necessarily have a. I'm not against adding police so long as they're their own like sort of selfish NPC faction. I don't want it to necessarily be a job here. Okay, this actually looks very nice. Okay, I know that this is supposed to be the crappy version, but like even the crappy version of this building, of these buildings, looks good. I just don't. This one, I really don't like this building. I thought it would grow on me. It hasn't. I think the round curves. I don't think this game should have. I think it looks weird because it's the only one with round curves, you know? Okay. Let's just do this quickly. Okay, so we have this material. Okay, we're gonna make a better version of this. Is Syndicorp a knockoff of Oscorp? Not necessarily Oscorp specifically, though that is certainly one of the most well-known inspirations. Just evil companies in general. You know, like evil comic book companies. You know, not like DC. I mean, like the company itself is. Okay, hold up. Am I cooking? Am I cooking? Okay. Okay. I think that this fits a little bit better with the overall aesthetic. Okay. So, okay. I think I like this one more. What do y'all think? Which one's better? I think that Thank you, Chill. I appreciate it. I'm glad y'all supportive. I appreciate y'all having taking the time to watch this stuff with me. So what do y'all think? Old one or new one? I don't know, y'all. I really like the new one. The Okay, new one's really cool. All right, perfect. That settles it. Goodbye, old torch tower. Um, New torch tower is my best friend. I think that this one fits the art style a bit more, you know, because we don't really have too many rounded surfaces. Um, that almost makes me wonder if I should make this like more regular, but you know, it's terrain, it's fine. Um, but yeah, okay. Once again, though, I feel like we might have made something a bit too cool. What buildings are left? What the apartments, the bank, and the hospital. So honestly, I'm thinking about switching up the bank and the apartments. But yeah, okay. This is looking good. This is a nice upgrade. I'm liking this. All right. Though we definitely need to get some better tree assets than these ones. Maybe I'll just swap them out with the other ones here. But yeah. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for an amazing stream. I think we made a lot of progress today. And yeah, well, I will see y'all tomorrow. And hopefully we'll get, maybe next stream we might finish all the buildings. But probably not this area, but I think we're gonna finish this map in probably 2 streams, and then we'll be able to do some coding. So look forward to that. All right. See you guys.